Hey guys, Ken the Movie King, and I've been gone for a while. I know. Been completely busy. If you guys are, regulars on the channel, you know I'm getting ready for a boxing fight, so I've been training a lot, so that's why you don't see me on here as much as I like to, because, working full time and then getting ready for a baby, as well as getting ready for a fight, it's a toll on you, but I still want to give you content. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to put a Blu-ray update at the end of the month because end of the month, every month, show you what I picked up, and I know it's the second, so it's not the end of the month, but I'm still going to deliver and show you guys what I picked up for the month of March. I picked up much more than I thought I was going to pick up, but let's just jump right into it. So let's get to the genres. Let's start with animation and comedy. So as I mentioned, I'm going to have a baby. I'm going to have a baby girl. So, I have to pick up some Disney movies so when she gets to that age where she wants to watch, I can show her some of the, classic Disney movies. Eventually, when she gets a little bit older, then I'll show her some of the horror movies, get her scared out of her mind. But for now, let me show you what I picked up. I picked up, of course, the classic Disney, Beauty and the Beast. So I had to pick this up on eBay because if you go and buy this at like Target or Best Buy, these Disney movies are really overpriced in my opinion. I've never seen the live adaptation of the movie, so you guys need to let me know if you have checked it out, if it's good and faithful to the animated movie, but I don't know. The CGI of the Beast, I like the actor, but the CGI of the Beast kind of threw me off. The other one I picked up, which is my girl's favorite, so I'm pretty sure that, our daughter is going to be as well, and that is The Little Mermaid. I was never really a fan of Little Mermaid. I don't mind Beauty and the Beast. I enjoy Beauty and the Beast, but Little Mermaid, I'm Lion King, man. That's me. It's Lion King. We have to pick a Disney movie. It's Lion King. Enjoy that. Mulan, I don't mind that as well. Anyway, that's it on my animation for now. So let's jump into comedy. Now, I love Jim Carrey. I feel Jim Carrey nowadays is just I mean, he as well. He came out with a couple years ago, he came out with Dumb and Dumber 2, and I felt a letdown. It's not as good as the first one at all. I kind of miss old Jim Carrey, but I don't have a lot in his collection of Jim Carrey when it comes to Blu-ray. I did when I used to collect DVDs and VHS. I had a lot of Jim Carrey movies, but when it comes to Blu-ray, I don't. So I do want to collect them because I love Jim Carrey, his old stuff. But one I found really cheap, half-price bookstore, is Yes Man. I guess this was the last, I could say, comedy he really did. I don't know Dumb and Dumber 2, but, I mean, I don't know. I gotta rewatch this to really, I remember not minding it, but it didn't make me, crack up laughing. The other one, now this one I love. Now, a lot of people don't like this movie. I don't know why, but I got this also on the clearance half-price bookstore, but it was brand new, as you can tell. I mean, the price at Fry's, I believe, this was like a Fry's sticker, was $11, but I picked this up for $3. What a deal. It was Me, Myself, and Irene. Loving Jim Carrey in this movie. She laughing at fuckface. She laughing at fuckface. I love that. Alright, so if you guys do have a dollar store nearby, a Dollar Tree, last month they were having dollar Blu-rays. So you guys probably, if you had a dollar store, you guys probably went and pick up some of those movies. I went and checked them out. Most of them I've had already, like RoboCop. I have the original. I'm not going to pick up the remake. I fucking hate the remake of RoboCop. I think that's an abomination of a movie. I don't even call that RoboCop. So even for $1, I would not pick it up. And the movie I'm about to show you, I'm not really a fan of, but I picked it up maybe to rewatch. Maybe my mind will change. But I didn't like this movie. But I'll take this movie over the RoboCop remake any day. But I picked this up for $1 at the dollar store, and that's Bridesmaids. I remember this movie being super hyped when it first came out, and when I checked it out, it was blah. I didn't really find it funny at all. But for $1, but I'll take it over the RoboCop remake. RoboCop remake is fucking shit. If you've seen the original RoboCop, and you grew up with the original RoboCop, you will not take that remake as a passable movie. There's just no way. There's no way. Anyways, let's go down to another movie that I mean, this is a comedy, but do I consider this a comedy? Yeah, I'm going to consider this a comedy because it's kind of laughable, but it's duller. And that is Bulletproof Monk. Sean William Scott, I actually don't mind him. I actually like him. I don't know if you guys ever checked out this movie called Goon. You should check it out. It's about hockey, an enforcer on hockey. It's on Netflix, but he's awesome in that movie. But if you guys don't know who Sean William Scott is, he's the guy that played Stifler in American Pie. But yeah, I like him. I remember when this movie first came out, it was, messing with that bullet time. I don't know. I remember the movie being kind of shit. Okay, let's jump into, whoa. Hold up here. Oh. Sorry about that. Let's get into thrillers and drama, action movies. I guess I only got 2 action movies, so let me start off with these. Okay, I'm not a fan of this guy, but I don't mind his first 4 movies. I've mentioned this before, like 4 movies. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5 movies. His earlier 5 movies he came out with when he first came out. I don't mind that at all. So I don't mind collecting all those movies. But his newer movies are a piece of shit. I think he's a piece of shit guy. Actually, I think this guy's a piece of shit. But sorry about that. I had to cut that because I had the cough. It would not go away. But anyways, as I was saying, this guy's a piece of shit. He does the martial art of Aikido. You can really look into that yourself if you're interested in his martial arts, Aikido. I'm not gonna get into that, but you guys probably know who I am. If you guys know about martial arts, and you guys know Aikido and who's the guy that does Aikido, and that is Mr. Steven Seagal. And I got Mark for Death. Now, as I said, I do enjoy his earlier movies. This is one I don't really care for. I mean, I wanted to collect his earlier work because I actually think his earlier work is actually pretty damn good. I'm more of a fan of Out for Justice and Above the Law. I think those are pretty awesome fucking movies. Yeah, so Mark for Death. Got that Steven Seagal selection. Let me put it there. Now this is my guy. This is my action guy that I'm a big fan of and love majority of his work. So I had to pick this movie up. And I remember seeing this movie only one time, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. So I'm going to enjoy rewatching it and probably review when I check it out. But that's Steven Seagal and Antonio Banderas in Assassins. I remember checking this out and enjoying it. I think this came out the same time period as The Specialist. So I have that movie. Yes, I do have The Specialist. I think it came out at the same time as The Specialist. But I'm not really a fan of this movie. But I gotta have to rewatch it as well. Alright, so let's get down to, as I've mentioned before, I mean the martial arts I do is Muay Thai, but I'm training for a boxing fight, a Western boxing fight. I love boxing. I love boxing movies. I love Rocky. That's, I think, the top dog. And if you remember last Blu-ray update, I picked up $1 Million Baby. So I picked up some other boxing movies. Oh. Wait. Raging Bull. I made a mistake over there. Oh. Anyways, Raging Bull is what I picked up. See, I get hit in the head too many times, getting brain damage. Anyways, Raging Bull was what I picked up last time, last Blu-ray update. This time I picked up $1 Million Baby. This is an awesome movie. It was Clint Eastwood directed it. If you've not checked it, did he? Yeah, he directed this. Yeah. If you're gonna check this movie out, check it out. It's a really good boxing movie. Now, a boxing movie I've not seen, but I've heard good things about, was Russell Crowe. That's Cinderella Man. So I'm looking forward to watching this one because I've never seen it, but I've heard good things of. Now let's get down to drama thrillers. First one is I picked this up at the dollar store as well, and Guess it's about an online predator, so I'm going to check it out. But I got Clive Owen, the actor, and it's called Trust. Directed by Ross from Friends. Yes, he directed this movie, so I am interested to check this out. Now, one that I have seen, and it actually stuck with me. It's based on a true story. It traumatized me a little bit when I checked it out. And it has Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch in it, who are in the Avengers, Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen. That's Wind River. It's on Netflix, so if you want to check it out, you should check it out. But this movie is actually a pretty goddamn good thriller. And I don't know, it stuck with me. And there's nothing like graphic. I mean, there's a rape scene in it. It's just the content of everything that went on with this movie. It just kind of stuck with me. It's a pretty dark movie, but yeah, everybody acted great in this movie. And it got the new Punisher in it as well. You should check this movie out if you like thrillers. All right, let's go down to my favorite genre, horror movies. All right, so one that I've had in my collection before. So I'm showing you the slipcover is not new. The slipcover is actually from what I've had before. But it's what's inside. That is brand new. That is Evil Dead, the remake. Which I enjoy hella. I'm not really a fan of remakes of originals, but I enjoyed the hell out of this remake. Now, as I said, the slipcover is when this movie first came out, I bought this movie, but I had to replace it. What I bought didn't come with a slipcover, and that is Evil Dead unrated, uncut. Because when this movie came out, they were teasing the unrated cut for the longest time, and then eventually it came out only digital. So I was cool that on Amazon you can actually get the unrated cut of this movie, because when I remember checking out the trailer, they cut out a lot of things, especially that, we're gonna get you. That was not in the... I remember seeing that in the trailers, but when I watched the movie, I was like, where's that scene, man? Where's that classic scene, like, from the original? They didn't have it. But on this unrated cut, I guess they add, there's more gore involved with it, and that scene is back in there. So I had to pick that up, changed it with my original. So glad to have that. Alright, so the next one, I'm glad Scream Factory released this movie, because a lot of people, when it comes to killer dog movies, most people always mention Cujo. That's like theirs. It's like Cujo, Cujo, Cujo. When it comes to me, I never grew up with Cujo. The movie I always grew up with, that I would always rent on VHS at the mom and pop video stores, was Man's Best Friend. So I'm so glad Scream Factory released this movie. I actually rewatched this movie. Maybe I'll do a review, but oh my god, this movie's fucking awesome, man. Fucking awesome. If you've not checked out, if you like killer dog movies, this is one to really check out. Man's Best Friend. Yeah, and it looks great on Blu-ray. It looks awesome. Kudos, Scream Factory. Another Scream Factory that I picked up at Half Price Bookstore for $3, man. $3 freaking bucks. Now, usually these slip covers and all that, when they come to Scream Factory, they're pretty pricey. So, find it for $3 at Half Price Bookstore, I found a deal. And that's Clive Barker's Lord of Illusions. So, yeah. That's awesome. So, can't wait to jump on that. And a classic, I love this movie as well. Actually, I actually like the second one as well. It had, what's his name? Robert Patrick. Liquid Metal was in the sequel. But the first movie, Tarantino, was awesome as well in it. And it had Mr. George Clooney, the only movie I like of George Clooney, to be quite honest. The only movie I like of George Clooney. That is From Dusk Till Dawn. I'm surprised they never had this in my collection. I have a lot of horror movies, and I'm surprised that they have not had this in my collection. So it's cool to finally have this in my collection. And I enjoy rewatching that. The last horror movie I picked up, everybody knows. I mean, if you don't know, you're new to the channel. If you're old to the channel, you guys know I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I'm talking about old school Godzilla movie. I like giant monster movies. But this is an awesome South Korean movie. If you're not seeing it, it's called The Host. I believe it should be on Netflix. If it's not, it's on Shudder. giant monster movie. Fucking awesome. South Korea movies, they always kill it when it comes to their movies. So I'm glad to have this in my collection. The Host. It's back. Want to look at it? Check out the trailer. Alright, so last Blu-ray update I did pick up some steelbooks, but this time I picked up some steelbooks. I picked two. So the first steelbook I picked up, I've not seen this movie, so I don't know if it's good or not. But it has Dolph Lundgren in it, and you know, when it comes to Marvel and DC, I've always been a DC guy because I'm a big Superman fan. I do like Marvel. I'm not into that nerd shit, DC versus Marvel, because I think that's some retard shit. But what was that? A PC? But let me go on and say that I don't care about all that. But I'm not really a fan of this DC character. I've never been a fan of this DC character, but interested to check it out because I mean, I've heard mixed things, and I got my man Dolph Lundgren in there. But I picked up a steelbook of Aquaman. So, pretty good steelbook. Check out the back of this. Yeah. I'm gonna be interested to check this out. Loose as usual, all the fucking Best Buy fuckers. Anyways, the last thing in my collection, once again, a boxing movie that I mentioned, Rocky. That's one of my favorite boxing movies. So, haven't checked this movie out. I haven't not even seen the first one. I have the steelbook of that one, but you know, me and my girl were actually doing a marathon and watching all the Rocky movies because she never seen them. So I'm actually letting her watch all the Rocky movies. We just finished Rocky 4, leading up to these movies. But anyways, it's the steelbook of Creed 2. So, and Dolph Lundgren's in this movie as well. Shit. Anyways, that's it, you guys. That's all my Blu-ray that I picked up for the month of March, but you're probably going to see this April. It's Keel the Movie King. I hope you guys are having a great week. Stay tuned for the end of this month for what I picked up in the month of April. Keel the Movie King, signing out.